feeling impatient lately with part of my job in training people and experiencing a lot of impatience in myself when people don't understand direction, right? We give verbal instruction, we physically demonstrate how to do something, and we hear ourselves communicating clearly, and then when we look to the person we're training, we ask, does that make sense? And they say yes. And then when we circle back, they've done something completely opposite than what we directed, what we talked about, what I demonstrated, and what they said they understood. And when that is repeating, I find myself with a wicked empty pocket of no patience. Of just like, I don't get it. I've done all the tricks. I've gone in my tool bag. I change how I communicate about it. I recircle, I re-explain in a new way. I use different tone and inflection and word choice. And then it's a question of, is this person nervous? Is this person not understanding? Is this person defensive or insecure? Is it like a cognitive thing? Are they not understanding? And as a teacher, a guide, someone instructing and teaching, the question comes back to us on if an individual, if a student, if a trainee is not able to learn what we're teaching, how can we translate that information in a way they can learn? Sure, we could say, based on the school system, sometimes they are better off with a different teacher, and sometimes that's the case. Well, what about if there is no other teacher? Some people would say, new employee, bring in a new trainee, and sometimes that's the case. And equally, how do we solve the situation at hand if those aren't options available? If we choose that those aren't options that are available, the question always comes back to the teacher, the guide, the instructor. How do I communicate to somebody who is wanting to learn and is proving unsuccessful in learning what I'm trying to teach? I'm reminded of my yoga instructor who often told me, Ayla, find your compassion. Because she goes, you're right in feeling frustrated, all the things. And sure, we could change the external situation for a better trainee, for a better circumstance, for a new classroom, whatever it is. And yet we can also take the opportunity as that, an opportunity to evolve self, to find compassion for self, to think, how can I teach this content in a way where these individuals can learn it? Because sure, we can always look for a different student, a different applicant, a different partner, a different scenario, a different job, a different place to live, a different car. And sometimes that's the answer. And yet, before we make that decision, the invitation is, how can we reapproach? And how can we be the ones to engage with this external world differently so that it responds in a way that proves knowledge and understanding of what we are putting in? Whew. That's my lesson of the fucking weeks.